Edouard Manet, Monsieur Arnaud on horseback, 1875. Manet, the Impressionist painter par excellence, always loved to paint people as well as landscapes and plein air. In the 1870s, he decided to realize a series of equestrian portraits of people from the Parisian bourgeoisie. This portrait is different because it is almost twice as big as others and because the horse is wholly represented and not only hinted. Michel Arnaud was a collector who gravitated around the world of the Impressionists whom he particularly appreciated. Therefore, there must have been a friendly relation between him and the artists who knew about his passion for horse riding. This portrait almost seems to have been inspired by classical equestrian monuments. It is an official portrait that wants to pay tribute to a well-known personality. Mystery surrounds this painting. We know, thanks to some photographies of the time, that it was left unfinished by Manet. But as we see it complete, with its background and horse pose perfectly painted, someone must have completed it. But who? Nobody knows, but we have an important clue. The painting was bought by another painter, Max Liebermann, who is most likely to have completed and signed it.
Berthe Morisot, Portrait of Lady, 1880. Berthe Morisot was known for being Manet's inspiring muse. She posed for him several times and she married his brother. She was also an Impressionist painter who, being a woman, could not attend any prestigious schools. Girls were not admitted to the School of Fine Arts. Therefore, Berthe Morisot studies at home and even managed to participate successfully in many exhibitions. She was much beloved, celebrated through poems and paintings by her artist friends and by contemporary writers. She was, after all, the only woman painter of the Impressionists. Here she depicts a woman. She is wearing an elegant and revealing pink dress, with a flowery decoration on her neckline which stands out just above her wasp waist, squeezed in the corset which was obligatory for the elegant women of the time. Her hair is smartly gathered into a low chignon, her intense gaze almost hidden by a fringe. Who knows what she is thinking of?
Vincent van Gogh, Breton Women, 1888. This watercolor by Van Gogh is a copy of a very similar artwork by Emile Bernard realized in the same year. Van Gogh deeply admired his colleague's and friend's art piece and therefore decided to reproduce it using a different technique, varying colors and proportions. The green lawn becomes yellow. The peasant's clothes, which in Bernard's painting were red and black, here are brown with touches of red and blue. Lines are sharp, and the composition is simplified like in the original. Faces are not recognizable, and the whole scene is flattened and two-dimensional but no less intelligible. Bernard did not like the painting and took his distance from the painters belonging to Pont-Aven school, thus letting Van Gogh's fame grow. As a matter of fact, with this artwork Van Gogh overcame the original itself, as far as popularity was concerned. Only after Van Gogh's death, Bernard understood his very famous colleague's intention. That was that of paying tribute rather than realizing a mere copy, thus showing an artist's highest appreciation for another artist. Probably this is why Bernard painted Van Gogh's funeral, and also organized a couple of extremely important exhibitions to celebrate and remember the great artist, his friend Vincent.
Paul Gauguin, Breton Landscape, Cows at the Trough, 1885. In this painting, Gauguin is far from the landscapes, colors and style which made him popular. This is not the exotic Tahiti but France, the known and ordinary France. Gauguin has moved to Pont-Aven and is looking for inspiration in Brittany. His pictorial style is still very impressionistic, and the subject belongs to the classical tradition and rural images. The green of the countryside some trees in the foreground out of frame. Just a hint of a house in the background. No signs of people here. The protagonists are the placid cows that doze and drink at the trough.
Alfred Sisley, Wind and Sun, 1880. Sisley was born to English parents who moved to Paris in search of fortune, so he can be considered the Frenchest English painter of Impressionism. Here he represents a green landscape, a deserted and crumbling house, in the distance surrounded by what remains of wooden fence. The use of color and his subject are impressionistic. Sisley does not use black to paint shadows but a range of colors, from light blue at lilac and violet. Like all impressionists, he paints in plain air, colors immersed in the environment and in the light defining shapes and colors. Light is very important to Sisley. It really follows the color of the sun at the time the painting is depicted. The whole landscape is brightened up by warm and amber light. To let colors stand out and make them even brighter, Sisley bleached his canvas using mastica, a ground which is applied before starting to paint.